Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome into another episode. I am your guy, BeBall Jones. This is Stephen Haskin, the Defensive Player of the Year. What's up, man?
What's going on, brother? How you been?
Been all right, man. Been all right, man. What about you?
Man, just working every day, trying to get better.
Feel you, man. You got to go. You're going to have to right once you leave CSU.
Hey, man, you already know it. After here, gotta go try to make some money. And so the main goal, everybody want to be a pro, obviously, whether it be NBA or whatever it is.
That's right, man. And we have someone who is been a trailblazer for you, someone whose footsteps you kind of following in your own way. So why don't you introduce our next guest for today?
All right, so today we got a very special guest for y'all, man. So this guy was really probably the first pro I was ever very cool with. So the guy we finna bring on was a former CSU student, former CSU basketball player. Did big things when he was here. Great player and even better person. And he's been somewhat of a mentor for me since I met him in the short 2 years that I've known him. So without further ado, man, I want to introduce you to y'all. Zae Horton, aka Zae. So y'all say what's up to Zae.
What's going on? What's
up, bro?
Glad to be here.
What's up?
Man, so Zae, tell us what you've been up to, man. You in the off season right now, so tell us what's been going on.
Man, I've been trying to prepare for next season, man. It's a long season, You got to prepare your body now, or you'll start tearing down as the season go. It's like I said, man. It's a 9-10 month season. This ain't college where you play 5-6 months, So that's why I've been trying to get my body ready for.
That's what's up, man. So first, man, take us into young Zae. Tell the people about yourself and where you're from, and how you got started in basketball.
I'm from Decatur, Alabama, so I'm from North Alabama. Even though I know about Demopolis and all that, you know what I'm saying? I went to Dixon Mills, Marengo High School. I know all that little area down there, but I'm from Decatur, Alabama. I ended up graduating from Austin High School in Decatur. I started playing basketball when I was like 4, somewhere in there, 4 or 5. It's in my blood. My mom, she played at Georgia College. My dad went to Georgia College, transferred, went to Athens State. So it kind of ran in my family. And, yeah, that's pretty much how I got started with basketball.
All right. So take us into your, your high school career and, how you end up, getting into college basketball and all your whole journey into that.
Bro, I'm not even going to lie to you. So my 9th grade year, I didn't play. Didn't play my 9th grade year. I got pulled off the team for my grades. I had I think 2 C's or something of that nature. So I didn't play my 9th grade year. 10th grade year, I moved 3 different high schools. So I played 1 month maybe. So I played 4 games. Didn't really play. I moved schools again. My 11th grade year, I moved to Austin. I played JV and varsity, so I was playing both. You know what I'm saying? You know how that goes. You knew there. They just gonna squeeze you in where you fit in. And then my senior year, I ended up starting and ended up getting an offer going junior college. That was really the only thing I had. I only had 2 schools. It was Wallace State, Hansville, and the school I ended up signing to, LBW in Andalusia. So,
what made you choose them?
LBW?
Yeah.
Man, honestly, I get down there and my coach is an older guy. So he keeping it straightforward. He telling me you gonna come down here, you gonna play, and it's up to you if you go to another school or not. Wallace, Hansville, they kind of beating around the bush. Well, we like you, but we looking at some other players. So we want to get you on a tryout. And I'm like, why would I go and try out when I got a scholarship to go play at another JUCO? And they just as good. Matter of fact, ended up playing them in the playoffs to go to state, and we ended up beating them. So, I mean, it worked out.
Did you take that game personally when y'all matched
up? Of course. I was hot. Because Wallace, Hansville, that's 30 minutes from where I'm from. I'm still around home. So, my family can come to the games. Now I'm at another school. I'm 5.5 hours away. It's like, you know what I'm saying? You want to stay home, all your folks can come to the game, or do you want to go to another school? And it's like, yeah, they're
You on
not
your
gonna be at
own.
every game, but you're gonna play, and you're gonna have a
Mm.
chance to go to another school. So I had to make a business decision.
Man, them college decisions really be like that. Like,
Yeah, man, it's rough. I ain't gonna lie, it's rough.
man, but some of the best advice a guy ever gave me, I don't know if you know Mike Scott. He from Demopolis, but
Mm-hmm.
he was a big time hooper back in the day, like
I
before
know.
I got in high school. So Mike gave me some of the best advice in my like time hooping. He said, "Man, go to the school that wants you, not
That's
just the school that you want to go to."
definitely
And he was like, "Because if you go to the school you want to go to, and they don't treat you like they want you like that, then you'll get up there and they gonna really treat you like that. Like when you start
gotcha.
like playing there. So go to the school that wants you." And like, boy, that's some of the best advice anybody ever gave me because like every school I done played for, like they wanted me to be there, and I felt that. And then I hear guys like you that like everybody got the same type story. Like the school, like I wanted to go there, but they weren't really being straight up with me, or like they wasn't like offering right away and stuff like that. And you just can't fool with stuff like that.
Exactly. Exactly.
But so you played at LBW. So tell us about your 2 years there. How'd that go?
My first year, it was a big jump. It was a big jump because in high school, like it's not a lot of people that's really athletic. So like when you get to the junior college, it's like it's a bunch of people that play similar to you, more athletic, and these is like guys that's like ain't got the grades, but they supposed to be Division 1, so they gotta sacrifice and come down a year or 2 years, or have a loan. So my first year was a big jump. I really didn't shoot the three like that. So I had to make myself like get in the gym, like make a three. Because it's like you going down here, these ain't no 6'2" guys like high school. This is 6'8", 6'9", and they jumping just as high as you. So I think my first year, that was my year of adjusting. Uh Granted, I didn't do bad. I was averaging like 12, 13 points. And then my second year is really when I picked it up. That's when I'm like, all right, I got the hang of it. I know how everything gonna work. That's when I got the 15, 16 points a game. At one point, I had got up to like 23, and then I hit like a little slump. So, you know, it's it's a process. You got to trust the process. That's really how it is. Basketball is ups and downs, but you got to trust yourself and trust your process, and by keeping your confidence up.
What was your biggest adjustment from high school to year one and from year one to year two?
My biggest adjustment, high school. So how my high school worked, we didn't do upper body. Everything was lower body. So like
Mm.
our coach motto was, yeah, you might not be the strongest, but you're gonna be able to run, you're gonna be able to jump, you're gonna be very athletic. My biggest thing from high school to junior college, my first year was, okay, now everybody doing the same thing, but they stronger up top. So I'm going through the lane, I'm getting bumped everywhere, I'm flying. And it's like, oh yeah. So now going from year one to year two, I know what I need to work on. I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta get a little stronger. Whether it's like my forearms or some, I gotta be able to hold my own ground. So if somebody bump me, I gotta be able to hold my own. And I think that was the biggest thing. Jumping from really both years, really just strength, really.
Mm. Boy, I remember them days because
Hey,
I'm skinny right now, but like I'm bigger than I used to be. But coming out of high school, going to college, boy, was getting bumped around like. And I'm a big. You was on the wing and stuff, so it's a little better for you. But you getting bumped on the run. I'm down there like, but dudes like hitting me like shoulder to the chest, like wall up. You just gotta take the lick. That one I knew. So but that one I knew. I was like, yeah, the weight room is serious. Cause I didn't take the weight room serious at all in high school. I was like, I jump high and fast. I'm thinking I'm good. And then in high school, when nobody really sticking with that, like that was enough. Got to college, and them boys started running offense, and they were dumping it down to the post. I said, oof.
tell me, man. Tell
You'll
me.
learn quick.
Tell me.
But so after your 2 years at LBW, you finished up. You played 2 good years there. Y'all even, and y'all was really part of the last no offense to LBW, but y'all was part of like the last good team they had there. Like it hadn't been the same since you left. So, tell me about like that when your career there came to an end and you getting ready to decide to what school you going to next. And you going back into the recruiting process.
Man, honestly, I think that was the most stress I was, even though I knew I was gonna get something. But that was probably the most stressful part of my recruiting. Because, like I said, out of high school, I didn't really have a recruitment process. It was really 2 schools. You're going to go to one, you're going to go to the other. Now I got 5, 6 schools coming at you like, man, when you going to sign or you go on a visit, and they like, all right, you give me a week to sign to see what you want to do. But this is April. So I'm like, hey, man, I don't want to wait too late, but I don't want to sign too early. See what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So with that, I don't know, man. It was like I said, it was stressful. But once I got to Columbus State, I talked to Coach Moore and everything. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna sign here. And then my whole family was down. They all talking and joking with the coaches. Coach Moore, he was, you know what I'm saying? You know Coach Moore. Coach Moore doing Coach Moore stuff, being funny, acting stupid. So I'm like, yeah, this is a good environment. Then on top of that, the other schools, they weren't selling me on the pros. So like, you come in when I come in your office and you giving me out your offer, and then on top of your offer, you give me a list of 14 people ahead of me that play pro. That's gonna sell me. That's gonna do it. Nice. I go to 4 other schools, and they like, yeah, we're gonna give you the ball, we're gonna give you this amount of money, and all this, but you haven't said nothing about people going overseas or continuing their basketball career. Because at the end of the day, everybody can't make it to the NBA. I'm gonna just keep it real with you. Everybody's not gonna make it to the NBA, but you can be a pro somewhere else. You might be good enough to go overseas to Italy or go to overseas to Greece or somewhere and make money. I know people right now that's making 20, 30K a month, and they ain't in the NBA. So that was my decision. That was separating Columbus State in my recruitment process. When you go and you show me a list of 14 people in front of me, and then on top of that, on my visit, it's a guy right there that's working out. So with Ja'Cory Payne, I'm walking, I'm taking my visit. He's in the gym shooting, and he's like, oh yeah, he just signed to go play pro in Armenia. So like when you got stuff like that in your recruitment, that's gonna set you out. So I'm like, why would I not sign to Columbus State if I can go pro? You know. So nice. I feel like once I came on this visit, it was a no-brainer for me. That's over.
Boy, that's crazy, because when I was in my recruiting process, you was on the list of guys. It was like, yeah, this guy just signed pro to play in Macedonia. He got the last spot. Like, that's like, I was thinking the same way. Like, man, y'all sending guys pro like that. Like, it's almost like how they say Kentucky is like NBA, like an NBA factor. Like anybody go to Kentucky going automatically make it to the NBA, basically. Or Alabama football will automatically make it to the NFL. And so hearing that, it's like you can't help it. It's like, man, if this is what I want to do, then why would I not come here? Like, I'm trying to play for a living. So, and this the place, obviously whatever they doing, they getting guys pro. So like you was one of them guys for me. He was like, yeah, Zae Horton played for last year. Getting ready to go to Steve's right now. I'm like, dang, this year? That's crazy. I looked you up and everything. Like, I ain't never tell you that because I ain't want that to go to your head or nothing. But like, I looked you up. I started watching your film and stuff. I was like, yeah, like, so I can do that. I can lock in. Like that's just one of them things that sell you on anybody program for real. But so you end up signing Columbus State, and well, first off, tell us about your first year here, because everybody, I realize everybody has that adjustment from JUCO to playing on the 4-year level, same way you have from high school to JUCO. So tell us what your adjustment period was like your junior year, first year here at Columbus State.
I think my biggest adjustment was just it felt like college basketball now. Like we get in here and it's like, oh yeah, we got weight room at early morning weight room at 6. Be here at 6. You ain't here, it's the issue, you running. Or it's like it was just a big transition because once again, like at my junior college, I didn't go to like the best junior college. It wasn't ran like no college program, so it's like it's more of a get it on your own. So when I get here, it's like, oh yeah, this is structure. Like we're doing it this way at this time. You're not here, it's an issue. And when I came in, there was nobody here, so it was like a fresh batch. So like everybody I came in with was new. So it's like 6 new people. So everybody fighting for a position. So I didn't really get the experience of having to compete with somebody that was like, oh, this guy been here 3 years. He the best player. I never had to really go through that. So I think my process from going from junior college to here was kind of smooth because it was like everything is up for grabs. You know what I'm saying?
Mm. So, after your junior year, you kind of like step into that role of like, okay, you one of the guys now. So tell us about your senior year here and the things you accomplished and how did that go for you?
Yeah, we came off it was an average year. It wasn't like nothing special, like, you know what I'm saying? It was just like everybody knew we still trying to gel together. And it was like our senior year, just like do or die year. Like it's we either gonna win something and people gonna sign and go pro, or it's gonna be tricky. It's gonna be the last year. Everybody's gonna get in the real world, we're gonna get jobs, and life gonna start hitting. So I think we got to a point where it was just like everybody really just want to win. Like that was the only time I was on the team where it's just like everybody on one page. We all trying to win. Granted, we didn't have, considering the conference, we didn't have the best team. I'm not gonna say we was just the number 1 team in the league, but we ended up like competing with each other. So like my senior year was more of like more team ball other than like ISO and people going after the awards. So I think that's what messes up the team when you got one person going after the award, and then it's like, all right, yeah, he open, but I'm trying to get mine. You know what I'm saying? People trying to keep the average. This team, it was just like, man, whoever hot, give him the ball. Whoever, you know what I'm saying? Whoever got it going, we giving it to him. That was just the vibe in the locker room. Even if like people had disagreements and people didn't like each other, we didn't take that on the floor. So like, yeah, me and you might not see eye to eye off the floor, but on the floor, you my teammate. We gonna win. You know what I'm saying? We trying to win. And after the basketball game, I don't care what you do. You know what I'm saying? You gotta speak to me. I gotta speak to you. But I think that was the biggest thing I seen here was when people started putting their stuff to the side, and we started like really trying to win. And we got to a point where we was beating Pembroke, number 1 team, beating Gus off a game winner. We had finally got going. People were buying in. We ended up finishing I think we finished 5th in the league. So now we coming into the tournament senior year. We like, all right, we didn't beat Pembroke before. We got to play them first game. We can really win this. We can really go to the championship. Then when we go, and this was so funny, we get to Lander. Lander's number 1 team. We get to Lander. We the girls is in the tournament. We in the tournament. We all take one bus up. They in a nice hotel. They put us in like a motel. Like I'm talking about terrible. Like people sleeping in their jumpsuits. Like it was terrible. After that night, we was all locked in. It was like, we don't care what we got to do. We're going to win this game. It don't matter. Everybody was on one accord, one page. We didn't come here. Usually people be laughing and joking when nobody laughing, when nobody playing. We were dead serious. All right, so then this is towards the end of the year. We start picking it together. We beat Pembroke. We make it to the championship game. Same thing. Everybody locked in. You know what I'm saying? We locked in. Everybody's focused. We get up. We play in the championship game. At half, we go up 20. Now people like, all right, we finna win. Let me get the shots up. I'm trying to get some awards. You know what I'm saying? People like, all right, well, I ain't get all conference, but I get all tournament team. Man, when that happened, it went all downhill quick. Blew a 20-point lead. I think we ended up losing by like 2 or 3. And it was like everything we had worked for just went right back down the drain. But my senior year, that was the first team that we was like, first team I ever played on. Like we was all together like on one accord until the end. Till we really needed it. We was all on one accord to the end. But if I go back, I don't take nothing back. I don't have no regrets. You know what I'm saying? It just wasn't meant to be. But that's how I see you. But you know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
That's tough, man. Yes, that's tough.
Man.
So, what did you learn about yourself through that whole process of from JUCO to CSU? What did you learn about yourself in that process?
My biggest thing was confidence. I think that's the biggest thing I learned out of my whole college career was just being confident in myself. Because it's like on the floor, if you don't have confidence, you ain't got nothing. In high school, I wasn't. You ask Nelson, I'm the biggest trash talker. I can be not hitting the shot. I'm still talking to you like I done made every shot. I think ever since I got that more of a dog in me, that was the best thing that ever happened to me. So from high school to junior college to the 2 year at Columbus State, my biggest thing was confidence. That was my biggest thing I learned.
He ain't lying, because when I first met Zae, and Zae came home from Macedonia and he came back to Columbus to hoop and work out and stuff. And so, they had already told me a bunch about Zae, like, but I ain't never met him. I'm just like going on what I'd heard. So I came up to him, dapped him up and stuff. We cool. He said like a cool dude. I'm like, all right, bet. That's what's up. So we finna hoop. And like he hit me with some kind of move. And then like he kind of shifted me a little bit. Then he drove and he bumped me, laid me. He said, "Excuse me," laid the ball up. I was like, and then he started doing the little YouTube little thing and stuff, and like folks hyping it up. And I was like, okay. All right. I ain't never forgot, like, boy, the next time I saw Zae, I ain't dap him up. I ain't say what's up, nothing. I was just like, nah, I'm gonna take follow. Like I gotta get that back. So all last summer, I took that matchup against Zae personally. I don't even know if he knew it, but I took that jump personally. And Coach Butler even said it, because Coach Butler said, "Nelson, I wish you guarded everybody like they was Zae Horton. Because when Zae be out here, you be in the perfect defensive stance. You don't be gambling. You don't be reaching." I said, "Nah, Coach Butler, I can't let Zae get me no more. If that's how you gonna be talking to me, I can't let him score on me consistently, because I'll be doggone somebody talking about bumping me and then saying excuse me and they lay the ball up. Like, no, I can't let
I'm telling you, bro, confidence take you a long way, man. I'm telling you, confidence take you. When I learned that, somebody can be better than you. It's just the fact that you talking to them and you kind of get going. I'm telling you, it worked. Evan, when I figured that out, I said, "Oh yeah, it's up from here."
So did the confidence grow first and then the game follow, or did the game follow? Did the game grow and then the confidence grew behind it?
I think my game came first, but once my game came, I was like, "Yeah, it's coming," but you know what I'm saying? Like once I got to chirping with you, now I'm in your head too. So now it's like I done got going and I'm in your head. It's like, oh yeah, it's over. It's over. And that's like even when Nelson, first time I met Nelson, I'm like, all right. I was watching the game. So I'm like, all right, he kind of athletic, you know what I'm saying? Like he got great on ball defense. I'm like, all right. In the games, I'm like, it don't look like nobody say nothing. So I'm like, all right, I'm a chirp to him first. Never guard, he's never guarded me. I'm not knowing, just first time beating him. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm on your head. Like I'm just talking. And it's like, okay, you know what I'm saying? You have to feel people out, but once you fill them out, like Nelson, that's my dog, I promise you. But that's with anybody. I'm a talk to you. It's basketball. That's how I get myself going. Cause it's like if ain't nobody talking, it's like, man, we just out here. We ain't having fun. It's just like, yeah, it's like, man, you know what I'm saying? Just another day in the gym. Like, I guess, like, I ain't into it. It's just like, bro, we win or lose. But once we get to talking, everybody talking, I'm like, oh yeah, this good basketball right here. This what I like. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that's funny, boy. Cause like when we be playing, like now, like now it's like Zae. I promise you, Zae made the hoop session better just being in there, because like even the other week when me and Zae were both working basketball camps, and we've been playing like pickup at the school every night, just about, or like every week, and so me and Zae working basketball camps in the afternoon. So we not there. guys still hooping. Our assistant coach Carl and Zay, former teammate, he takes me on. We usually don't play on Fridays. He takes me. He was like, "You want to play tomorrow?" Because the guys talking about it. It ain't the same without you and Zay. I was like, "It ain't the same."
I'm telling
They
you.
don't play basketball.
I'm telling
So
you. And the thing is, man, like people let stuff like every little thing bother them. And you
man,
can't play basketball like that. There's no way. There's no way you everything somebody say to you, now you like ready to fight, you fouling. They got you out of character now. You know what I'm saying? So like that's even like when I go to a pickup and I'm like messing with somebody like one of the younger guys, like I'm bumping them, and I'm like I'm just getting on his skin because it's like once you learn how to play through that, ain't too much gonna phase you. It don't matter what nobody say to you, you're gonna be able to play regardless. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's the only thing like with people nowadays, it's like you can't really talk, you know what I'm saying? Everybody ready to fight, and it's like at the end of the day, it's basketball, bro. It ain't nothing personal. It's all basketball.
thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I feel like that's why I can vibe. I can vibe with Zay because like Zay know how to leave it on the flow. Like he
Yeah,
could he could be talking
come on.
crazy to you, but like when the game over, you like, "Hey man, good game, boy." And
Yeah,
like
like come on, man.
you gotta learn, like, and so the type of guy I am, like once you do that, I'm like, he's still cool. Like we can, like just leave it on the floor. You know what I'm saying? And it's over with.
Definitely.
So, your college career over with. You know, y'all, like you said, y'all lost in the championship game, but you had a pretty good season. And so, then you know you getting ready to try to start your pro career, and COVID hits. So, first go into what you thinking at that time, and like what was it like going through that whole process?
Man, it was rough. It got to a point where I was just like, man, I'm finna give it up. Like, because when COVID hit, everything pretty much shut down. So it's like I'm coming in at a bad time. Like, and then the people that sign and they like, we don't want rookies. Because it's like, why would I get a rookie? Somebody that ain't been over here when I can go and get somebody that's been playing 2-3 years. They're a little bit more experienced. So now it's like I'm going through the process of trying to find an agent. Now it's with the agents, you got fake agents, you got scams. Now I'm getting on the political side of basketball. So now it's like, all right, I got to find an agent. I got to trust this agent to get me some, make sure that he ain't trying to mess me over because it's a lot of dirty agents out here. So now I'm in the process of finding the agent. Now I find the agent, and now you get me deals, but it's like I can go to, I can go and, you know what I'm saying, pretty much anywhere and make this kind of money. I can go to McDonald's and make more money than this contract you offer me. And they like, man, COVID hit, everybody in bankrupt, money down, they can't afford it. So now it's to the point where like usually teams, your first year you'll start off 1,300, 1,400. Now they can only offer $250 a month. So it's like, do I go over there just to get my name out there, hoping that COVID will be over soon? Or do I stay home, sit out a year? But if I sit a year, it's going to be harder for me to get over there because now they want people that's been playing consistently. So it's like now I'm in a bind, like, you know what I'm saying? What do I do? So it got to the point where now it's a waiting game. You know, like, it's like I didn't work this hard, like to be a pro. Now it's time. And it's like COVID hit. Everything shut down. So now everything at a standstill. You know, gyms is closed. These coaches is like, let me see a picture of your body because they like everything closed. So they want to make sure you're doing stuff on your own. And you know, when COVID hit, everybody was gaining a little weight because it's like, you know what I'm saying? The gyms closed. It's like it's not the same going outside. Yeah, I'm working out, but I'm tearing my knees up trying to work out because I'm on the concrete every day. So
Thanks.
it's like you gotta pick and choose, like, you know what I'm saying? So now I'm gaining weight. I went from, I think when the season ended, I think COVID hit that 2020, it was like middle March or something like that. From March to I think like September, I had went from like 185 to like 215 solid, like big guard, like big guard. And it's like I go over here and I'm waiting. So now September come, I done seen a lot of people I done played against, they signing. So now I'm getting more anxious. I'm like, man, I just just killed him the whole season. They signed him. Like, why I ain't got nothing yet? He didn't even make an all-conference team to get no awards, and he gets signed. So it's like, now I'm waiting, still waiting. So then October comes, and it's like, oh, we got you a deal. So now it's like, all right, do I take a pay cut or do I wait a year? So now it's to the point where I done got desperate. So it's like, man, I can go over here for some chump change to get my name out there, but eventually it'll work out for me, because if COVID keep going, the market gonna be still low, but I have a better chance next year if COVID's still hitting, because I got a year under my belt. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take the deal. You know what I'm saying? I go over there for chump change. I can't even lie to you. Like, that was the most that disrespected I felt in my life. Literally. As a pro, I'm like, this don't even feel like I'm a pro. Like, I'm over here for nothing, basically. I'm over here on a hope and a dream. But like I said, it's all about risk and confidence in yourself, to where it's like, all right, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna get something done so I can go and keep moving up. And it worked out for me, because now it's like, from where I started, and I ain't gonna say the exact number, but I was under 1,000 my first year. So now I'm cracking 3K. You know what I'm saying? I have another good year. I could be pushing 5 or 6. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? It ended up working out. But COVID definitely was definitely a test. That was definitely a test. That was definitely trusting the process. Like, when I say trusting the process, I really mean trusting the process, not knowing if, like, that's it. Like, is basketball over with? Am I just gonna be another person that was played college ball? I'm gonna be an adult league, just, you know what I'm saying, going to work, coming, just playing after, just to stay in shape. That's really what it got down to. So COVID was tough, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It was a process.
So what about your time at CSU felt like prepared you for the pros?
I'll say Coach Moore did a good job at making you earn stuff, if in a sense. It was never like given. So, like, my whole time at CSU, it wasn't like, oh yeah, you finna come in here, you finna do this, we finna give you the ball this many times. We gonna make sure you get your shots. No, it wasn't like that at all. It's everybody on a clean slate. Yeah, what you did in junior college, that don't mean nothing. That don't mean you on a clean slate. And I think when I went through that, that helped prepare me for my pro year, because it's like same thing. On top of that, when I did find a team, I'm coming in late. So they already got their rotation, they already got their guys, they've been playing, they already got their established best players. So I'm coming back on a clean trait. So I'm used to having to work my butt off to crack this lineup. So I think that was the biggest thing that helped me from CSU.
That's valid, because Coach Moore never gave nothing to nobody.
Yeah,
Like,
he gonna give you a fair chance to earn it. Like, that's one thing I will say about Coach Moore. Have never, that I seen, he's never just gave like, oh, here your start. No, if you in practice and something is going on and you not doing your job, somebody else is gonna take your job. That's real life. If you got a regular job in real life and you not doing what you're supposed to do, it's 1,000 other people that want that same job that you got, and they can easily replace you. It's the same thing. So I think when I experienced that, and it's like, oh yeah, like, I can easily go find somebody else that do the same thing you do, might be taller, might be even more athletic than you. They would love to be here. So once I figured that out, and I'm like, everything on a clean tray, you got to earn everything. Ain't nothing given. That helped me out the long way. Even now, I'm going to a new team because I was at a team for 2 years. Even now, same thing. It's a clean trade. They not giving me nothing. I got to earn everything. So I think that was the biggest thing.
Man, so you messed around and got you a deal. You say it was for chump change, but you're still a pro. So
Definitely.
talk to us about your adjustment and from going from college ball to pro? And what was it like on your first team in a new country? Tell us what that whole experience was like.
Man, outside of basketball, I think that was the most like culture shock I ever been. Like I get to a country, it's like everything is different. Buildings, everything, like literally the way they do stuff, street signs, cars, lights, everything is different. I'm like, y'all really live like this? Like y'all really live like this over here? Like, and this is like normal for y'all. That was my biggest thing. I'm like, I was in culture shock. I'm like, I'm looking for food. It's like, what is this? Like, what is this? Like, what is on this plate? Like, there's no way I'm finna eat this. Like, where's Burger King? You know what I'm saying? Where's the American stuff? You know what I'm saying? I remember my first day, I had Domino's. I'm like, all right, this is cool. You know what I'm saying? We went to like a teeny restaurant. It was like a traditional like restaurant. They brought out food, but this food is like it's not so much of like you get your own food. It's like a platter. So like they'll bring out like a platter of meats, a platter of cheese, a platter of like different just stuff, and everybody just picking off of it. And I'm like, what is this? I seen a hot dog with a wrapper on it. I'm like, oh no, like that was my biggest thing. It's like just seeing stuff I'm not used to. I think that was like off the court my biggest shot. I don't really think it was a big difference. And the only thing that was like the big man can sit in the paint. It can be a 6'10". He just sit under the paint, just sit under the goal. And it's like, in the States, it's like you moving in and out, ball movements. It's like everybody is flowing. It's different. You moving the whole time. Here it's like, oh no, we got a big man sitting under the rim. He's sitting there. So you go by him. If you get by your man, you go into him. And he's 16 just sitting under here. Or you go and you might shoot a jumper and it roll off the rim and the big man just come and knock it off the rim. So now it's like, what? Like this ain't goaltend? So like little stuff like that on the floor was the biggest adjustment for me. And on top of that handshake over there, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. If it's a domestic player and they guard you, do not look for no foul because they are not calling it. I can guarantee you they are not calling it. My first year I had a referee. I think I went up for a layup. Dude just literally just pushed me out the air. I look at the referee. The referee said, "Man, get up. You're flopping." He like, "You're a black American. Make it." And walked off. And I'm like, wow.
Dang.
This
That's
is
wild.
this is overseas. This is what I got to deal with every game. So like dealing with stuff like that, that was the biggest adjustment. It was just getting used to how they play and just they way of basketball. Because like at the end of the day, they're gonna make it to where it's even. Whether they say they not, they're gonna make basketball even. Okay, he's more athletic, he's faster, he's taller. The people that's his height can't move that fast and they're not jumping that high. So let's make it even. Oh, I can't do a jab and go. I got to make sure the ball hits the ground first, then I can go. Because it's an unclear advantage. So they say. The referee comes to you,
Dang.
no, you can't sweep through because it's an unfair advantage. He doesn't have time to recover. And I'm like, so that's my fault?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Because
like
he can't
that's my
guard.
exactly. So that's my fault. Like so like just little stuff like that. That was my biggest like concern because it used to be frustrating. Like my first game, I pulled my hamstring, and the coach like, oh no, you still got to play. Like it's your debut, you got to play. And I'm like, coach, I'm not 100. Like first of all, I just came over here. I was already kind of out of shape as it was. On top of it, there's no heating in the gym. It's 19 degrees outside. I'm practicing in a pullover and sweats. I've never pulled my hamstring ever in my life. I can barely walk, cut, jump, anything. And I still gotta play. He like, yeah, we're gonna try you. You've been going to therapy, so I think you'll be good. I get out there, I play like 8 minutes, 0 points.
Mm.
And they like, can he play? Is he good? Like, who is this guy? So now COVID hit, people get sick. So it's like a 2-week period where I'm like, all right, now my hamstring back. Oh yeah. Oh, so y'all think I can't play? That's what it is. I and then I'm coming off the bench. I'm like, all right, cool. I'll be Lou Will. I'll be a 6-man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no problem as long as I'm playing. My second game, 19. The next game, 31. So now it's like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm getting the hang of it. Now all these little ticky-tack fouls, I'm playing through that. So it's like, oh yeah, I done figured it out. It's over.
Man, that's crazy. I never knew stuff like that was going on, boy. That's crazy.
Mm.
Woo, boy. Glad I'm learning it now, because, man.
I'm telling you.
I've heard of guys talk about that where, you know, like a J.R. Smith or something like that, that went overseas and they're just like, it's a totally different ball game. Like you said, they call it travel on something like a sweep through, because you got to put the ball down first before you move your feet. And like, if you American, especially if you Black and American, you ain't getting none of those calls. So like,
Nothing.
I've heard a little bit here and there, but it's like, I didn't think it's that bad though, for real, man. I thought it's kind of making stuff up a little bit, but like I heard more and more of it, and you just came through. I'm just like, that's wild, bro. So it's still kind of shocking to me.
I'm telling you, that was like, once again, like just being from CSU, I had heard about it, but I'm like, all right, like maybe I might believe it a little bit, but maybe you over exaggerate. Then I actually got there and I'm like, oh no, they weren't lying. Like they're for real. Like they're dead serious.
Mm.
Boy, I remember our good friend Christian, who's also a pro, I remember him telling me that he played a game, and I think he said they was in the playoffs too, actually. And he said he played a game and overseas, and the gym they was playing at, the clock broke or something like that, or the shot clock was broken, something of that nature. And he said when the shot clock got within 10, somebody would just count down from like or whatever out loud, and they counting and rushing. And so he the point guard and can't understand what the clock is or how much time you got left. And I was like, boy, that's crazy. Cause I know you, especially being a point guard, I know you was like, bro, like, and you talking about an unfair advantage. So like everybody else know how much time on the clock and I don't. Like that's crazy.
Bro, I'm telling you, it's tricky over there. It's tricky. And it's like, even like on the basketball standpoint, you got to deal with the fans. And it's like European fans and American fans is two different types of fans. Like these are two different types. These are fans that's like, oh, Horton, can I take a picture? And then when it's in a game, they making monkey sounds. Or you going and they throwing a penny at you. They throwing coins on the floor because you beating their team. Or you go and you look on your shoulder and it's like, it's spit on my shoulder. So it's like, it's certain stuff like, yeah, it's fun, but it's also like certain stuff that you just is like, this is not basketball. Like, this is crazy. Like, I look on my shoulder and I hear F you Horton, and I feel something hit my shoulder, and it's a hoogie on my shoulder. I go to my coach. I'm like, Coach, do you see this? He like, Zae, it's Europe. You just have to play through it. I'm like, Coach, I'm not used to this. Spitting on me?
Oh no.
Spits? Like, I'm like, Coach, you see this, right? Like, this is spit. Like, and he like, yeah, Zae, but you can't do nothing because coaches is watching, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, once you get a bad rep, that mess up your money. So it's like, now I got a bigger person. I can't even act no way. And then I don't got the referees with me, so they not gonna say nothing. So it's like, man, I'm telling you, bro, it's political, bro. Like, I never knew basketball can be so political. Like, overseas is political.
That's oh boy.
I'm telling you, man. I'm
I
telling you.
don't know if I'm ready for that one. That's tough.
Boy, I'm telling you. But this is only my experience. Like, other people, like I got other people that I know, they never went through stuff like this. So like, you know what I'm saying? But I was in Southern, like, Europe. So like, I was in the Balkans, so it's like they don't care. They throwing stuff on the floor. A referee make a bad call. They throwing stuff. They throwing bottles. Anything they can get on their hand, they coming on the floor. Don't let it be no chair. They chunking it. Everything. Like, it's like, so like stuff like that. I'm like, wow, like this is a culture shock. Like I'm not used to this. So like my first year, everything was closed. We couldn't have fans. My second year, it's wide open. It's wide. It's packed house. They got fireworks in the building. It's smoke. You dribbling the ball up the floor, and I'm looking, and it's like I'm in here like, bro, is it my contacts? Like, am my eyes fogging? Like, what's going? It's smoke everywhere. So
Mm-hmm.
like, it's just different stuff like atmosphere that you got to deal with on the court as well as like off the court. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Yeah, it's wild like that over there, bro. They have like
yeah,
sparks and stuff going on in the arena. I'm just like, this ain't soccer, bro. Like, y'all can't
man,
have this inside of arena, man. Like, it's
man,
cool outdoors with the outdoor arena and stuff, but inside, like, it's wild
man,
over
they
there in
don't
Europe, bro.
care.
Like,
They
at
do not
all, bro.
care.
Reckless.
Boy, that's crazy. Like, oof, that's crazy.
I'm telling you, they do not care over there.
Yeah, it's beyond passion with them, bro. Like, it's something
Yeah,
else with them, man. It's different.
definitely,
Crazy. Is what it is.
definitely. They take their sport serious over there. Like
Mm-hmm.
they take it dead serious over there.
Man, so you mentioned that you just signed with another team. So so just talk about like your next step and like are things improving for you? Are things getting
Mm.
better? It's like you talked about you making a little more money and things like that. So tell us about what's next for Zae.
Man, I'm just trying to move up, man. I'm trying to get some of this easy money. It's too many people over here that I see that's robbing them over there. And it's like I gotta get some of this free money. I got to. So my plan is every year move up money wise, league wise. I'm trying to get to the highest league that I can possibly make. That's what I'm pushing myself for. Like if I can get to the top European league, I can get to the NBA, anything possible. I'm trying to get to the highest league possible. So where when I'm done playing, I can be like, I did everything I could to get to the highest league. I got to see the world. I enjoyed everything that I did. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't get to leave the United States. Yeah, they go on a cruise to the Bahamas and Costa Rica, Mexico, but I'm talking about a lot of people don't go get to see Greece or get to see Israel, Turkey, or Germany, or no, they never get to see that. So, man, my biggest thing, man, is just keep improving every year and like the sky's the limit. So, however high I can get, that's what I'm reaching for. Like I said, it's a guy that I know that played in Israel. And he was making 15K a month. And it's just like he go and on top of that, he played from January to May. He went up there and got a quick 70, 80, and went back to the house. And it's like when you start getting in them tax brackets, that's a game changer. In the summertime, you ain't working no job. This straight basketball. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So like that's my biggest goal, man, is trying to get to the highest league possible, make the most money I can possibly make while I can. Because at the end of the day, my knees gonna stop working eventually. Knees ain't gonna be able to do the same stuff I can do. So if I'm gonna use them, I might as well go and try to make the most of them while I got
Mm.
Man, we all got to put the ball down Sunday.
them. Hey, exactly.
Mm.
But man, so we getting down to about the last few questions.
Mm.
But so out of everything you've done so far, all the years you've been playing, from high school to college to pro, everything. What is one of your biggest lessons you could say basketball taught you, or probably the biggest lesson you could say basketball has taught you up until this point about life in general?
Like, probably probably believing in yourself. When stuff ain't going good, whether it's basketball, whether it's life, like when you in a slump, you just gotta keep pushing. You can't put your head down. You gotta keep pushing. You gotta try to keep moving forward. Yeah, you're gonna take steps back in basketball. You might not have a good game. You might go through a slump where you have 4 or 5 bad games. Same thing in real life. You're not gonna have a great day every day. Life gonna hit you. People gonna leave here. You gonna have certain situations as a part of growing up. So I think keeping my head to keep moving forward, I think that was the biggest thing. That was the biggest lesson I taught. Regardless of whatever goes on, whatever happens, basketball, outside of life, keeping your confidence and trying to move forward. Because at the end of the day, the only person that got you is you. The only person that can really motivate you is you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, people can go and be like, yeah, you need to do this. You really, but at the end of the day, if you're not willing to do it and you're not willing to motivate yourself, it's not gonna work. So I think that was my biggest lesson. Like basketball taught me, even just like to carry on off the court, like confidence in yourself and pushing yourself, having motivation, having the self motivation to do it for yourself.
How do you stay motivated for you personally?
Me, I try to stay motivated all the time. I'm not gonna lie to you. I play everything as a chip on my shoulder, so I always feel like I got something to prove. Whether it's like in the weight room or it's even stuff I don't want to do. It's like, man, I really don't want to do it. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I really don't want to do it. That's even like now. I've been trying to push myself to like run a mile every day. I really don't want. I really don't want to do it. But here lately, I've been doing it. So it's like, all right, I got to put in my head like this gonna pay off one day. So this mile, I might go in. I'm running this mile every day. Now I get the training camp and I'm ahead of everybody. So now it look good on me. I ain't been at home just enjoying myself, going out all the time. You know what I'm saying? I've been really like putting in work. So like I have to stay motivated. And at the end of the day, somebody always better than you. I'm trying to catch everybody. At the end of the day, it don't matter where I go. I can go on social medias. I can go to another city to a gym. It's always gonna be somebody in there that's better than you. And like my granddad said, if you the best person in that gym, you need to go somewhere else where you're not the best person. And when you become the best player in there, you need to go somewhere else where you're not the best player. And you just keep working. Same thing. He's like, if you in a room and you the smartest person, you in the wrong room. You need to go to another room with somebody else smarter than you so you can learn something else. You know what I'm saying? So that's been my biggest thing. Motive really with motivating myself. Like I'm like, I gotta do it. I gotta do it for me because at the end of the day, it's gonna pay off for me. And if I don't do it, I'm gonna look back at myself and like, man, I played around. I should have did it. It's on me. I can't blame nobody but myself. So I gotta stay motivated. You know what I'm saying? Even like I got a younger brother. He watches my every move. I promise you. Like people be saying, like he be watching you. Like he really be watching what I do. So that helped motivate me too. It's like if I'm sitting right here and I'm in the gym and I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna go today. My back hurting. When it come time for him, and I'm like, you need to get in the gym. He not gonna listen to me because it's like when he get the hurt and he don't want to go to the gym because I ain't go to the gym.
Mm.
So I think that's my biggest like thing that keep me going.
Mm. Mm. I respect that, man, because a lot of people don't even fight to find their motivation, and when they do find a little bit of it, they just still kind of give up on it. Not a strong enough motivator. So
Mhm.
yeah, I respect that, man. Um, my final question for you is, man, if you had to shout somebody out right here, man, it can be a coach, a player you play with or against, just anybody, a trainer, whatever, somebody that you feel is a little underrated and deserves some love right here, man, because they don't get the recognition they deserve. So if you could shout anybody out right here, man, who would you show some love to?
Like basketball wise, or just like in general.
Give me one of each.
All right, in general, I can't. Outside of basketball, I can't really give you one person, but I'm gonna just say everybody in my inner circle. So like my family, my friends, like shout out to all of them because like they real ones. They keep me motivated even when I'm overseas, and it's like, man, I'm homesick. You know what I'm saying? Every time I call, they answer the phone. My friends, family, that's my biggest thing outside of basketball. Um, as far as basketball, I really got two. But
Mm-hmm.
shout out to Carl Ivy, grad assistant at Columbus State. Man, he motivate me every day. I promise you, I kid you not. It's always something that he say I can't do, and I gotta prove him wrong. I gotta prove him wrong every time. And it's like I didn't got to the point was he do certain stuff to get under my skin just to make me do it. And like I said, I work out with him every day, like weight room, shooting every day since I've been here the whole summer, every day. Him and a guy named Cody that run detail training. Shouts out to him because my COVID summer when I was at home, he pushed me the whole summer to stay in the gym, stay in the gym, stay in the gym, stay in the gym. Literally, like there was no gyms open. He was the only person that got a gym open, literally for just pros to work out, literally. So shout out to him, Cody from Detail Training. Shout out to Carl Ivy, grad assistant at Columbus State, basketball wise.
Man, shout out to Carl, man. Hey,
Man, my boy, man.
hey, Carl out here training pros, man. I tell him all the
Hey,
time. Hey, Carl, my man, I ain't never really mentioned on him, but Carl trains me more than anybody now. Like here at Columbus State, like I get over Carl every morning, and when school was in, we used to work out in the morning, and I used to go to eat lunch and then come back and practice. So I'm getting 2 days in with just Carl, like me, him, and like Hunt. And like some like now there's some, you know, him and Zae get in and stuff. I might get in with them. So Carl out here training pros. So hey, price is going up, man. I gotta
tell
shout
me,
my boy out, man.
tell me.
But man, so this will be my final question for you. So before I met you, you know, I knew who you were, but
Mm-hmm.
this was before you came home and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There was a story that you know, our boy Ant told me when I was playing with him my first year here. He
Mm-hmm.
said when all conferences came out,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, because for those who don't know, all conference selections and all that come out like right when the regular season ends. You know, all the all
Mm-hmm.
conference selections, all the awards, you know, MVP, defense player, all that comes out right after the regular season is over, before the playoffs start, because they give you the award at the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
So he tells me you was not named to the first or second team all conference.
Mm-hmm.
And like they have a little video that comes out to let everybody know what, you know, who named what.
Mm-hmm.
They say, or he tells me that you watched that video back like 1,000 times, like of you not being on it, and another guy like you felt like didn't deserve it being named all conference or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he says you watched it back, you will watch the video, and then when it's over, you'll just like press the line back and watch it all over again.
Mm-hmm.
Is this true?
Yeah, this is definitely true. My senior year, I was going in averaging like 16 and like 8, somewhere in there. And it's like, there's no way I don't get first team. I end up getting second team. So I'm like, there's no way I get first. There's no way I don't get first team. Like, there's no way. Like, I don't care who you put on that first team, I gotta be on there. So we get to the banquet, boom, we in Lander, and Ant is my roommate, because when I'm saying, Ant was my boy, like best friend, like his son, he had class, I got Lil Jam, he in my room, you know what I'm saying? And this one Jam was like this big, like
Baby.
baby, like newborn, like he's still like gotta be burped, you know what I'm saying? So like that was my boy. So we roommates on the road, and it's like they call out third team. So I'm like, all right, cool, you know what I'm saying? I knew I wasn't getting that. They call out second team. So I'm like, I'm thinking they done. I'm like, you feel what I'm saying? I done sat up in my seat. I'm like, oh yeah, I got first team for sure. They like, oh, we got one person, one finalist on second team that's here. So I'm sitting to myself, I'm like, ain't no way. They say Landry Horton, second team. I'm like, at that point, I get heated. I walk up, I take my picture with the second team. As soon as I get it, I set my trophy down. I didn't even look at it the rest of the night. So then after the banquet over, they put out the first team. So now I'm looking at it. And I'm looking at the stats, and I'm like, 8 points, 4 rebounds, first team,
Ooh.
9 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, first team. So now I'm in a whole. Now remind you, I told you earlier, we're in a motel, so I'm already hot about that. Now you just disrespected us like we ain't supposed to be here. I'm in the bed, and Ant was my roommate, so I kid you not, had it on full blast. I watched the whole banquet over. I can't tell you how many times I watched that video. I can tell you word for word what the announcer said. That's how many times I watched it, and I'm like, oh yeah, tomorrow. Because the thing is, Pembroke had 2 people that was first team. I'm like, oh, tomorrow they gonna feel me. They gonna see why I should have been on this first team. Put them out. Holla at y'all. Get out of here. First team? This is y'all. This is who y'all pick for first. Get out of here. Championship game, same thing. I'm locked in. Get out of here. Ended up getting all tournament team. I would have got MVP if we would have.
You muted.
You muted.
Zay, you're muted.
You hear me?
Yeah.
People keep calling me, bro. People keep calling me. But nah, that story definitely true. I definitely can't tell you how many times I watched that. And like Ant was trying to talk to me. I'm like, bro, just quit talking to me. Leave me alone. Like, leave me alone. I don't feel like talking. Leave me alone. And you know how Ant is. Like, bro, I ain't even do nothing, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know how Ant is.
You mad at me?
Yeah, bro, you mad at me, bro? I ain't do nothing to you. I'm like, bro, just leave me alone, bro. I'm not in the mood. Like, just leave me alone. But yeah, that's definitely true. Definitely a true story.
Man, Ant told me that story. Like it reminded me so much of like a Kobe story. Like, you know how like Kobe had them stories. It was like oh, I walked in the gym at 4:30 in the morning. He was already in there and stuff like that. You know, it was one of them stories. I'm like, man, they ain't really do that, bro.
That's dead serious. Nah, that's dead serious. That is dead serious. I fell asleep watching it. I was hot. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Man, but I just had to confirm, like, did this really happen? He said you got in there the next day and you was like going at buddy that had first team.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I said, Nelson, I play with a chip on my shoulder, and I'm talking to you the whole time. Oh, you first team? Oh, you first team? Oh yeah, okay. Okay, I'm gonna show you why you should have been first team. Yeah, I'm at your neck the whole time.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't blame you though. I do not blame you because I feel that like you just want something about those guys that's like once you feel disrespected about certain, but especially like by another player, it's like, oh, okay. Now it's like, oh, so now I'm taking this personal. Like,
I was talking crazy, Nelson. I'm hitting threes. I'm talking to the bench. Oh, this first team? Hey, that was the best game I ever had in my life. I swear to God, I ended up being a game winner. That was a good day, man. I can't even lie. Hey, that was a great day for me.
And boy, that's something I think about now that I won Defensive Player of the Year, but I still have a whole another year to play. Because like I got my respect around the league. I can honestly say, like, guys know about me, you know, the shot blocking and stuff like that. Like, and you know, guys kind of give me that respect. But like now that I still got another year to play, so now I'm in that space of like, can he like back it up? Like, cause now it's known. You know, it's one thing to come out of nowhere and you know you shock the world or whatever. But then, like, once you get that Defensive Player of the Year or that Player of the Year or that First Team All Conference, now it's like you on everybody's scouting report. Like, hey,
definitely.
First Team All Conference. Hey, this Defensive Player of the Year. So it's a big thing for me now that like I can't go into next season and let nobody be like, oh, this Defensive Player of the Year. Oh, he supposed to be the best defender in the league, and like they giving me buckets or something.
That's what I'm saying, bro. You gotta stay motivated, bro. You gotta keep that chip on your shoulder. Because if it's me, I get Defensive Player of the Year, I'm talking. Yeah, this why. This why. Oh, yeah, this why I'm defensive. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Like, oh, I can't wait. Trust me, I can't wait to use that one.
Hey,
like, somebody go at me, I lock up. Oh, you must don't know who this is, boy.
I'm telling you. Once you get that going, I'm telling you, man, that changed your game. That take it to a whole nother level.
Man, that's crazy. But that's it for me on the questions. B, you got anything else you want to ask our boy?
Nah, that's it, man. I really appreciate you hopping on, man.
Most definitely, bro. Yeah, most definitely. I appreciate y'all having me on.
No doubt, bro. But man, that'll do it for another episode of the BeBall Jones podcast, man. We hope y'all enjoyed it. This has just been a good interview with my good friend Zae Horton, man. One of the first pros I ever met. Really, I can say the first pro I really became friends with. So, like, you know, it's just I find it real special that, you know, I got to get you on here for real. You the first. You the first. I want to say this is the first player we interviewed, right? Because everybody else been like coaches and former players and stuff like that. But
yeah.
So you the first current basketball player we interviewed. So I'm glad it got to be.
Definitely. For sure, my boy.
Man, so you got social media. Go ahead. You can shout out your social media right here if you want to do that.
Yeah, man. Follow me at Zae Horton on Instagram. Same thing on Facebook, Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Snapchat. Everything the same.
Yeah, man. So follow my boy Zae on all his platforms at Zae Horton. That's ZAE Horton. So y'all, you know, go show him some love. Let him know that you watch the podcast and you know, follow him over there. But there we go. We threw you up on the screen just so you never legit.
For sure. Oh, y'all professional over here. Okay, I like this. Yeah.
Hey, be sure to follow my boy on IG and Twitter at Zae Horton, man. Appreciate y'all for doing that. But that does it for us, man. Be sure to follow, like and subscribe on the podcast. Comment, let us know what you think. You can comment and let us know any kind of questions you got for Zae. I get it to him. We hoop every day, so I ask him for y'all. But be sure to follow Brian on all social medias at BeBall Jones. That's BeBall Jones on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and on TikTok. So be sure to give him a follow over there. And then you can follow me at NellyH34 on Twitter and Nelson.Haskin on IG. And just follow me at my name on Facebook. And we like to keep the conversation going over there. So be sure to do that for us. But that does it for us once again, man. We appreciate y'all for listening. We hope y'all enjoyed it. And without further ado, man, we out.